Howdy folks, Matthias here, and welcome back to Tyranny. Last we left off, we had met Tunon face to face finally, in terms of me. I'm sure Zethios here had met him plenty of times before now. He's been working with him for like 5 or so years, working under him, so we do. And so we need to talk to Tunon about Barrack. You return. It is gratifying to see that the war has not caused you to forget your roots. What is it you wish to know? We can talk about Blade and Mark, which is her. Excuse me. It is like again Tunon's right hand, sneaky ways of doling out justice when not in the court room. So we can talk about matters of law, the Archon itself, Blade and Mark, Kairos, or we're going to do what we talked about, which is Barrack of the Stone Shields. And what does Barrack of the Stone Shields want of the court? He has made his displeasure known in a loud enough voice to collapse the tears upon each other. The adjudicator glares down at Barrack. He came to inquire if the forge bound could help remove his armor. If he has become encased in iron, that is none of the court's concern. My forge-bound smiths are occupied crafting weapons for the army. I would not have their focus diverted to liberate one soldier from his raiment. Stone Shield, do the disfavored not have standards for the upkeep of arms and armor? Is this not one of your Archon's guiding principles? It is, Your Honor, but I have found myself trapped in this junk pile after the Edict of Storms hit Stalwart. If you want to blame anyone, it should be Kairos. Oh boy, that's not a good start, Barrack. The adjudicator contemplates this matter in total silence. The moment drags on far longer than you would suspect it warrants, but Tunon's interest does not abate for a moment. The soldier will remain encased in his armor. Eccentric though it may be, and all subjects of Kairos are forbidden to aid at its removal. Magic, the likes of which none of us understand, has touched the stone shield, and we will not interfere with the wheel of Kairos. But I'm trapped. Barrack trails off, looking to you for answers. Your Honor, could you not reconsider? I'm surprised and disappointed that you would even ask. Whatever you are trying to prove to your travel companion, the court finds it festering with sympathy and a lack of precedent. Such is the will of Kairos, and the will of the court. Tunon nods and bangs his gavel. Ah. You tried, I suppose that counts for something. The adjudicator didn't say anything about me bending my way out of here, at least. Not that I was trying. Not that trying has ever made it better. Alright, well then I have no more questions. Yeah, I figured I was going to gain wrath. It'd be on your way. I was going to gain wrath with him no matter what. Alright. Lance is leveled up. Let's up his finesse, because why not? No idea. I'm still slightly confused by how everything works. Supposedly, like, quickness and like, where's so like bow, like might figures into bows as well, and the one-handed weapons that we have. So it would be a good idea to go into might as well. But that's something we haven't been doing yet. Alright, so increases weapon damage. Strike multiple times. I think I'll definitely take that. Get some more damage out of our bows, because it's been rough, so to speak. Alright, so we have predicament with him. Then we gotta talk to Barrack again. So we gotta go and talk with the voices. Oh, there's gonna be something happening here. Hello, who are you? Ah, there's Blade and Mock. Welcome back, kid. Amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. Archon of Shadows rouses from a faraway stare, turning to face you with a wry smile. Though he stands still, he seems to sift in and out of the shadows that shroud him. Sided with the Scarlet Chorus, huh? You like secrets and trickery? The Archon gives you a long stare, punctuated at the end with a short sneer. What's it to you, Archon of the Elderly? I don't think we want to, Here to lecture me, if so, I have somewhere else to be. My survival. Don't need morals to win a war. I think we'll turn to leave. If you're here to lecture me, if so, I have somewhere else to be. We've talked to plenty of people. We definitely respect and fear this man. So I don't know. You just glare silently. Ah, silence, the first recourse when you've got something to hide. I imagine you're off to meet with the voices for, well, whatever it is he has in mind. But first, you and I need to have a little chat. Fine, I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you because you did something nobody has done before. Gotta guess what that might be? I'm the first Fatebinder to engage in war against an ally's soldiers. I'm the first Fatebinder to proclaim 2 edicts. I'm the first to resolve an edict before its consequences came to pass. I'm the first Fatebinder to awaken a spire of the old walls. I'm the first person to take an evasive stance against your rhetorical question. Let me guess, I'm the first Fatebinder Kairos has decided to promote to some position of authority. I think we've definitely resolved an edict before its consequences came to pass. I think that's definitely came before. I think there's definitely had been someone who has proclaimed 2 edicts or more. I'm going to guess Awaken Aspire. You're not wrong. That was definitely a shock, but I doubt it's the sole reason you've made the tears tremble. Proclaiming an edict isn't new. Neither is surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict. But you're the first to proclaim and resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed. You woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. Alright, so did I do something wrong? Calm down, kid. This isn't a list of charges. He thumbs the blade of a dagger and grins. Prosecution isn't part of my job description. Executing a judgment, well, that's another matter. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger you're in now, and that you've put yourself on the map. When you're dealing with voices, don't forget that he'll be doing everything he can to figure out what makes you different, and how he can use it for his own gain. Alright, well, thanks for the advice. The Archon of Shadows shrugs to you in farewell, but his golden eyes are alight with interest as he watches you. Interesting. Alright, let's get out of here. Thanks, creepy guy. Alright. Good lord, Master C looks like crap. Alright, so there's Cacophony over there. No, so there's basically 2 places we can go. Technically 3, but 2 places. I think we'll go to Sunset Spire. Go to Leathan's Crossing. A group of mercenaries, members of the Bronze Brotherhood, are blocking the road to Leathan's Crossing. Bronze Brotherhood. Okay. Can we...
Cut the banter and stay low.
Yeah. Let's take a sneaky approach. It's not a big map, so I think we're good there. Aster. A small figure stands before some armor-clad soldiers. His arms move wildly as he gestures in frustration, yelling at the man directly in front of him. Absolutely not. I've come through Ironheart Trail more times than I can remember. No one ever asked for a toll before, and won't be paying one now. He noticed you standing nearby and turns to speak. Fatebinder, surely you, of all people, can help me. My name is Aster, and I must get to Lathan's Crossing. I have goods to deliver. Tell this man I will not be paying a toll to him or anyone. And he is to let me through. He folds his arm over his chest and nods with a pronounced finality. Hello, Will. Bronze Brotherhood. So there's a new faction we haven't encountered before. Greetings, Fatebinder. I am sorry you've been drawn into this. What you've stumbled into here is merely a conflict of the changing times. I am Will of the Bronze Brotherhood. Ironhall Trail is now under our protection, and anyone passing through must obey our rules. If this gentleman would like passage through our land, a simple donation is required. He holds out his hand. These funds will help our cause and keep Ironhall a safe place for all travelers. Clearly you both can see the value in that. Aster speaks, his arms swinging about again, emphasizing his words. And who exactly is keeping it safe? You standing there with your weapons at the ready against me? His arms drop, and he turns to you again. I'm not but a traveling merchant. I have no money to spare, and I certainly pose no threat to anyone. Keep this area safe indeed. Points at Will. You are the only threat here. Fatebinder, please, talk some sense into this man. Alright. So we can pay the toll. We can address Will. This man will not be paying a toll today. Call your guards off and allow his passage immediately. Just because you passed through before means nothing. Pay the toll now or head back. You try my patience. I don't know a damn thing about the Bronze Brotherhood, but it seems that they say they control this area. Ironhall Trail is under our protection. Anyone passing through must obey our rules. So, like, they're not talking about, like, using this as, like, maintenance for the bridge or, you know, to help with infrastructure and things like that. It's just, like, it seems like highway robbery. That's what it seems like. You know, that's, you know, the stereotypical instance that you have in, like, almost every RPG. So I'm gonna side with the merchant on this. Thank you, Fatebinder. You have done a great deal of good today. Aster bows dramatically. He turns back to the soldier, and you brute, move aside and let me pass. Will holds his position and gives you a meaningful look. Perhaps you want to reconsider your stance on the matter, Fatebinder. He plants his hammer on the ground and leans on it, staring Aster down. Passage is bought with rings or blood, but I'll happily take both. Alright, so if you're willing to, like, kill, be, like, executioner, there's, like, that's, like, going from 0 to 100. You can be like, well, then if you're not going to pay the toll, then his goods are forfeit, and we'll take those. And he can be on his way, or, you know, just, you're not crossing, that type thing. But to go from, you know, either pay me or you die, then that's definitely what you guys are. You guys are definitely freaking highway robbers and bandits and thugs. So, we stand by our decision. Aster raises his hands in protest. I thank you for your efforts, Fatebinder, but it's not worth bloodshed. I will leave in peace. Will returns to his position and looks you over, his formal, genial mood gone. So a Fatebinder in our little corner of the world. Who would have ever thought this would happen? He spits between his feet and crushes it into the dirt with his boot. You are walking a dangerous line, Fatebinder. The Bronze Brotherhood never back down from threats. He pauses for a moment, sizing you up. Normally, I'd knock you down where you stand for threatening me, but Retom, however you say that. Sounds like a freaking Pokemon. Demands to see you if you came through here. I thought he was crazy saying you'd be visiting Lathan's Crossing. Looks like I owe him a few rings. Alright, let's see about the Bronze Brotherhood. So the Bronze Brotherhood, mercenary company. Employed by Karth's agents. Survived. Hired the company to protect the town. Trained and dedicated warriors of tears, the Bronze Brotherhood have a reputation for ruthlessness and tenacity, aggression, and decisive thinking. Also highly prized by the Brotherhood that the violent, enigmatic Scourge is the group's mascot, a creature most decent folk consider the stuff of nightmares. The term brother is used for mercenaries of both genders, as the company's title harkens back to the archaic notion of living as men. This amounts to releasing all claims to lands to better assure an employer that the Brotherhood won't covet the realms they're paid to protect. Okay. He shakes the pouch around his neck, making the rings inside jingle melodically. Not that there's a shortage of those around here. What can this humble servant of the Brotherhood do for you, Fatebinder? Don't ask me to let you through, because that isn't happening. This ridiculous piece of mercenary offal requires a lesson of pain and obedience. Allow me to teach him. If you think you can get him to move, do it. Sellsword, attend me. I take it your responsibilities have been explained to you. Keep the rabble on this side of the bridge. Yes, that does not preclude taking orders from your betters. One of two things will happen. Either you will let us pass, or we will simply pass. There are no other options. Whatever role you have taken upon yourself to bar our way has already failed. You succeed only in delaying our task and annoying me. Is your name Pokemon? Are you the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood? He cups his ear to listen. No, I didn't think so, because he decides who crosses and who doesn't. If you have a problem with that, take it up with him. Ash, forgive me, but I can only endure so much of this fool's inane jabbering. A blur of rusted metal precedes a deafening crunch as Barrick backhands the mercenary, leaving a significant mark behind. Will rubs his cheek. Hold on, I'm just doing my job. I apologize if I offended. Pokemon will have my head if I let you through. There's nothing I can do about it. That guy looks like death. Oh, there's Pokemon right there. While you are talking to Will, a striking man with a shock of bright blonde hair approaches. So he's supposed to look like the opposite of death, apparently. Moving away from some men searching bodies of slain soldiers to the south, he watches you intently as he closes, his angular features pulling into a look of disdain. And here's the Fatebinder. He doesn't mask the displeasure in his voice. I knew I'd see you. I was just wondering when. What brings you out where no one asked you to come? Are Kairos' dogs ready to be put down again? I won't surrender the crossing no matter how many times you try to take it. We were hired to protect this city, and we will continue to do so. No one else will have it. He glances at his men, who have stopped to watch the conversation. With a start, they return to searching the bodies. Never mind, he waves a hand dismissively. I don't care why you're here. My name is Pokemon. I am the leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. But I'm sure you already know that. I couldn't help but seeing you over here, talking to Will and that traveling merchant. Only here for a moment and already sticking your nose where it doesn't belong, aren't you? I don't appreciate others invading my territory, Fatebinder. I told him he had to speak to you, Pokemon. He wanted through, but I told him no. If you don't give me the signal, the Fatebinder isn't going into Lathan's Crossing. No one will invade your territory. Pokemon stares at Will for a few moments, lips pursed, and then continues as if Will never spoke. Watch yourself while you're a guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we are well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. He sweeps his arm in front of him, gesturing to the surrounding countryside. Welby and I might not always agree, but that is one point we see eye to eye on. If you step out of line, we will both correct you. His eyes narrow and he leans toward you. You are not welcome here. Now tell me what I want or leave. So we can automatically attack him. It's not a good idea. Welby. We can say we need to get to Lathan's Crossing. We can ask why they're charging travelers a toll. I don't see how the affairs of the Brotherhood are your business, Fatebinder. Suffice it as to say, the funds we receive from our tolls help us keep the lands around Lathon's Garden safe. We are owed our dues, and we shall have them. You do well to watch your tone when speaking to a Fatebinder. He laughs hollowly. I care not about Kairos' forces. We rebuffed their feeble attempt to remove us from our rightful home once already. I am more than happy to try again. You will find I do not cower when you raise your voice against me, lapdog. Fine. I need to get to Lathan's Crossing. He considers your request for a moment. If I let you through, you must promise to behave. I have enough problems dealing with everyone else. I don't need to the hassle of keeping an eye on you two. So watch yourself. This is my city, and I have eyes everywhere. If you intend to stir up trouble, go somewhere else. I don't need it here. Turns to Will. Let the Fatebinder through. Do nothing to delay or accost this party, or you'll answer to me. Will gives him a quick salute. Alright, we'll speak again soon. I certainly hope that isn't the case. You got Pokemon's permission to go, Fatebinder, so go. I will figure out if there's like a pronunciation for that. Let's look around here a little bit, because there's Welby. You just take this and be okay? Here, you can have that. Hey. Bronze dagger. Yeah, you can just go. Alright, Welby. A tall woman stands here, surveying the area from the small overlook. She glances at you and immediately goes back to watching her surroundings. Welcome to Ironhall Trail, Fatebinder of Tunon. With all that running around, I wasn't sure you were ever going to make it over here. I haven't yet made up my mind if I should be offended you didn't speak to me first, or happy I get the final word. I hope Will didn't vex you too much. He's a good enough sort. He just enjoys his job a little more than he should. The hint of a smile plays across her lips. I think he's being sly, taking a cut of every toll, but he's told practically everyone that he's doing it by now. So, did Pokemon have anything of note to tell you, or is he still wasting his time scouring dead bodies for information he'll never find? She looks out and sighs softly. I will admit he has led this group to some minor glories, but I fear how we will end up if something doesn't change. She salutes you. My name is Welby, First Axe for the Bronze Brotherhood. Though I'm not sure that title matters anymore. She pauses to gather her thoughts, then opens her mouth to continue. Instead, she exhales slowly and shakes her head. Never mind. You needn't be burdened with my problems. Why are you forcing travelers to pay a toll? Pokemon will say it's because it's what we're due, and part of me is inclined to agree with him, but if I were pressed, I would say his pride is hurt, and he's lashing out. He'd be such a child sometimes. She looks quickly at her guards. Just watch yourself around him. He hasn't seemed completely in control of his faculties lately. It's frightening to see what he's becoming. Did you not swear an oath to your leader, Sellsword? I knew that your loyalty was available if to highest bidder, but I never guessed that it extended into treachery. Pokemon's plans can doom our entire troop, and I intend to prevent that from happening. I am loyal, not blindly devoted to someone intent on marching me off a cliff's edge. What does it mean to be First Axe? She sighs. I wish I knew, Fatebinder. The First Axe protects and consults with the First Brother. I am supposed to be Pokemon's advisor, confidant, and guard. Lately, his behavior has become erratic. He's acting paranoid, manic, and distrustful. My duty as First Act is to protect the First Brother, but I'm also sworn to protect the Brotherhood. And if that means the removal of Pokemon, so be it. He has too many supporters in Lathan's Crossing right now to speak out against him. What do you think has happened? Honestly, I couldn't speak to the cause, the stress of leadership, the battles with Kairos' forces, his night in the old walls. Welby shrugs. Does it matter? His behavior is endangering the Brotherhood, and he must be stopped before we are destroyed. I fear people will be hurt by far more than simple toll. She points south. He's over there searching corpses, looking for information I know he's not going to find. He ambushed a patrol. He's going to anger an Archon, and for what? His pride. How would you run it? I wouldn't waste time and resources on petty vendettas. That much I can tell you. Why am I saying that weird? Vendetta. There we go. I like battle and I like rings. And with the Brotherhood, we used to get both regularly. Now all we have is fear, suspicion, and blood. With the discipline regiment back, and I intend to have it. While I may agree that we are treated unjustly, Pokemon's methods for taming restitution are despicable. Alright, so I guess we can agree with her. Don't give too much on the favor of leader. Except in this case, the child is in control of an army capable of laying waste to his home. Alright? That's all for now. By your leave, Fatebinder, and be careful. Alright, so we have a reasonable second in command, and the person who is losing it. There's probably something to grab over here. Will he be happy that we're over here trying to grab something? And he's looking at disfavored.
Moving cautiously.
Okay, yeah, no, he's not. He doesn't care, and there's nothing to take anyway. Alright, so moving on. Make it to Lathan's Crossing today. Oh dear. Alright, Sunset Spire. Alright, a little less than a day. Get there in the morning. How's our party doing? I think we're fully healed up. Don't have any rested. Holy crap. Lots of stuff. Sunrise. Welcome to Lathan's Crossing, Fatebinder. We got lots of stuff. So Sunrise District, Sunrise Falls, Sunrise Spire, Moonrise Falls, the Forge, Moonrise District, Second Brother, Layden's House, Siren Sanctuary, Old Walls Entrance, the Portiscore River. And the other stuff's just like loot. Okay. So, what's the plan here? Get some leather boots. And people to talk. Hello, Fatebinder. Wills to sell. Wares to sell, if you have a mind. For trade. Merchant tents are common sight in Lathan's Crossing. Let's speak to the merchant. Merchant Praxis. Good day, my fine friend. Could I interest you in all manner of provisions? There's no telling what may befall you on your travels. Yeah, we can ask him about the seal. I don't recognize it, but one of the other merchants here might. Between us all, there has to be someone who has seen in their travels. I know we'll find something you need. Gesturing the goods piled on a stand. Hardy headgear. Bigger, plus 10 max health. I don't know what's that and that thing. Got Tier Forge bronze stuff. Vile Tongue. Look at that. It's one-handed, superior quality. Coated with the venom of the Scour Vein Serpent. Killer Deep Bite. So it does do poisoning. On crit. Interesting. It's very costly, so I don't think we'll have that for now. This has some interesting... He says all manner of provisions, but he just has weapons and camping supplies. Alright, these are named fellows, so I'm sure we can talk to them. They'll know. Sorry to cause a disturbance, Fatebinder. Just making a point to my friend here about harassing me for rings. She chuckles. Get it, Krasner? Point. You stabbed me, you bastard. I'm not harassing you. All I want was what you owe me. A tiny scratch. Stop crying about it, you baby. If you want, we can get the Fatebinder to decide who's right in this little matter. That is, if you think you have a leg to stand on. Once you can stand up again, that is. He chuckles again. The hell do we walk into? I'm an enforcer of the Archon of Justice. My ruling is final. You're going to argue in front of the finger. I'm subject to adjudicate this matter. They'll need to abide. Alright. I'm an enforcer of the Archon of Justice. Once the vote my ruling is final, are you sure that is what you want? Fine by me. Then I won't have to resort to violence to prove my point. I know you're going to rule in my favor anyway, so yeah, I agree. Alright, so let's talk to Krasner first. Felno hired me to talk to some of the other merchants into leaving town. I did what I asked, and now I won't pay up. Is this a one-time job or something ongoing? Just a one-time, drinking money, you understand? The Brotherhood wouldn't approve of me freelancing for some merchant, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to do it just that once. Alright. What happened to the merchants? The merchants around here aren't going to back down just because some soldier says a bunch of mean words to them. I figured I'd shake them down for rings, convince them it'd be cheaper to leave. The other merchants pay up? I made a few rings, yeah, once I visited all of them. Came back to collect the pay I was promised. Felno said he wouldn't pay me, and then he just stabbed me. Alright. Tell me your version of what you had Krasner do. Business has been down on account of all other merchants around here. I hired Krasner to have a word with some of them, maybe get them to leave town or stop competing with me on price. Not only did Krasner not do what I had asked, but it got back to me that he shook down some of the other merchants for rings. That's not what I hired him for. Asked Krasner to do a job for me, something simple. He comes back, he says the job is done, and even though there's no results, he demands his pay. I tell him no, and Krasner gets all threatening. Okay. Any last words? Well, I think it's pretty obvious to everyone that I'm the one on the right. I did not get what I hired him for, so he doesn't deserve any more money, especially from me. Shut up, Felno. Just because your competitors can't be intimidated doesn't mean you get out of paying me for the job. I deserve payment for the work I did. So we can find him guilty of instigating intimidation. We can find Krasner guilty of extortion. Find you both guilty. We can ask them to give them all their rings. Felno, you'll pay Krasner what he owed, and cease any further intimidation tactics for fellow merchants. You can keep the rings you acquired. Your pay. Alright, yeah, we're gonna find them both guilty of intimidation and extortion. What? Oh, damn it all. Fucking Krasner, you've screwed us both. Neither of these fools deserve their ill-gotten gains. This is for the best. So yeah, we're definitely on the Justice Route. Come on, look at my wares. Yeah. We'll take a look at all these merchants here in a little bit. Melita.
You see what I see?
I do. What do we got here? Frozen Shackle. Accessory. Frozen shackles are an impediment made for short-term prisoners. The cold air and volatile magic in their forging are intended as deterrents for notably cruel guards. So, when critically hit... So, we wear these, and if we get critically hit, it does damage to the person that critically hit us. Is that what I'm getting from that? Junction point for 2 waterfalls that pour over the top of the old walls. And that's what I get. So we have... Goodness me. Alright, so we have Sunrise and Moonfall. Sunrise and Moonrise, sorry. Sunrise and Moonrise. You like the districts? Alright, so let's head up this way. I gotta get used to that map doing that, because I'm used to it just like popping out like another window. Alright, due to the frequency of raids, all the bridges and ramps in Lathan's Crossing can be raised to provide safe places for settlers to hide. Interesting. Alright, more potions of protection. I'm always such a potion hoarder, and I never use potions. Especially, like, non-healing ones. See what we got going on up here. So that's There, where is this? North District. Doesn't tell me what this place is, what this door is. Go down here. Let's look to Melita, and then probably stop there. See what this person is up to. Good day to you. Is that all she has to say? Maybe she'll talk to us later. There's some guards there. What is this? Where is this? It's like a little inn or someone's house. It's someone's house. Hello, Callian. I'm just gonna take some cheese and stuff. Young Ming hangs his head and regards your approach with a pitiful sigh. Greetings. He is barely able to force the word, his voice breaking as he speaks. Alright, what's wrong, Callian? Takes a deep breath, steadying himself. My sister, Kalia, and I watched the Bronze Brotherhood fending off multiple waves of Kairos' forces when they tried to take the crossing. I was terrified, but she was exhilarated in a way. I've never seen her so alive. It took back a sob. She got so fired up that she joined the Brotherhood the first chance she got. Shortly after joining, they sent her on a scouting mission with some of the other Brotherhood soldiers, but none of the party returned. They were all found dead at Deserter's March. Alright, sorry, is there anything I can do to help? She said, thank you, but no, I just want to be left alone. Okay. So yeah, that's like your stereotypical, like, early quest type stuff. And, you know, the game's trying to teach of what this world is. This world is not your usual RPG world where you're able to just go and help resolve people's problems and everyone's like okay with it. Alright, so we don't have enough lore for that. Let's go ahead and learn that. And learn that. So, accents, right? Sigil of cyclical energies. Sigil of rooting. Crossfire. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at that more and more as we go along. But we will explore the rest of this for the rest of Lathan's Crossing and getting into the Strange Vision next time. So, till next time, this has been Sathios signing out for now. Bye, folks.